book friends. Welcome back to Books I Read. I'm Sheila and I am so glad you're here. We're going to do some bookish things here because it's a book channel. Although I will sprinkle in some bits of my life here and there. But right now this is a buddy read. And we are concluding, or this is the finale, of The Christmas Dog by Melody Carlson. Yay!
It's done!
It's done! It wasn't a horrible book. I like this book. What do you think, honey? I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
It was fun. I did. Like you said, it was a quick read. It really was.
I think so.
It was very, very quick and very fun to read.
It made me feel really good. Like, it gave me all the warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really good. Yes, it was like, it had like a little sad part or whatever, you know, what is that always has to happen in a book?
Drama.
Drama, the climax, whatever, the story. I mean, we had that, but it wasn't horrible. You know what I'm saying? So here in chapter 11, you were stating for us.
Okay, so Avery has gone down to the church to set up for that anniversary thing. While she's gone, Betty goes out and takes the dog to the pound.
Dum.
Okay. Well,
that was a bad idea.
When Avery gets back, she's like, "Hey, where's Ralph?"
Yeah.
And she's
not happy.
Him and hawing around, and she's like, "Can you just get to the chase and tell me what did you do with my dog?"
Right. Yeah.
And she says, "Well, of course, her feels bad to hurt." She storms out of the house and just kind of disappears for a while.
Yeah. And Betty's kind of left there by herself to kind of stew in that, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Because she feels bad for giving up the dog now, and she feels bad that Avery's a little upset with her, and then she's upset that, with the whole deal with Avery's
with her mom. Yeah. She feels like she's like in the middle.
That's what I said earlier.
She's pressed to do one thing and still trying to let Avery be an adult because she's an adult. Apparently they don't seem to think that she is.
Right.
And, they never clarified that particular situation as to why.
So pretty much Grandma or Betty, discovers the note, discovers Avery's gone in chapter 11 and 12, 11 and 12, that's what we're going through. And then in chapter 13, I forget what happens in 13. I didn't write highlights for each chapter.
I think that's the one where the mom calls up and she's asking Betty where, she wants...
Right, where Avery is.
Do we buy the ticket for her to come in?
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
They're like, do we buy this ticket? We got this ticket. Do we buy this ticket? And she's like, I can't make that decision for you.
Yeah, I think they were putting Betty in a really bad spot.
She's like, she's like, I can't ask your daughter. She's not here. And they're like, well, what do you think we should do? And
I still feel like they were treating Avery like she was 16 or 17 years old though, instead of an adult. That was the only issue I kind of had. It's like, okay, the author should have made her like 16 or 17 instead of making her adult. Because why would these parents want this adult child to do something? That would be weird. That'd be like us calling Jeremiah and being like, you need to come home right now. Really, it's just weird.
He'd be like, what?
Right, yeah. He'd be like, what?
But, so Avery runs out. Nobody knows where she's at. She's debating on calling the police. She's doing all this, she's thinking about all this stuff. She took a nap. She's like, okay, I'm going to try and figure out what to
Betty?
do. Yeah, Betty. Betty's trying. Betty's trying to, just kind of relax and try and think things through. And like I said, she was fighting with the, should I call the police, blah, 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 because she hadn't seen her. And then she runs into a friend of hers, and she's like, oh, yeah, I saw your granddaughter.
So eventually, what happens? Avery comes back, and guess who adopted Ralph? You guessed it, that's right.
The man that didn't want.
The man that didn't want him to begin with. And the end. Let's just, because you guys can read the story. You should read the story yourself. It really is a good book, and you really should read the story yourself. So pretty much they find out that Jack was related to the neighbors before.
Yeah.
And
it was like their grandson or something.
Yeah, he's like a grandson or something of that sort. And I don't know. I thought it had a cute ending or a good ending because it took us up, and then I feel like it took us down and then it took us back up. I mean, I feel like it was a good story. I felt like the author did a good job. Yes, there's some holes in there, but for a little book or a little novella, short story, whatever you want to call it, I think it was really good and really well done. And
it was a nice little Christmas story.
It was a nice little Christmas story. I think you should read it because it wasn't too sad either. The parts weren't too sad. And that's what you're looking for. And you're looking for people coming together and forgiveness and friendship and stuff like that. And I think that there is pieces of that in the story.
There's a lot of things you can relate to in that book.
Exactly. And I think the only part that I wish the author had wrapped up a little bit more was I know it's a book, and that's why I would expect it, and it's a Christmas story. So I do expect that little bit of Hallmark or Lifetime Christmas thing where I think Avery's mom should have finally maybe come around and said, hey, I'm sorry, Betty, or something like that. That's the only thing that I wish out of this story. Because I understand you have to have a villain, but at Christmas time, we don't need no villains.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. But it was still a good book. I will give it 4 stars.
Yeah, easy.
Easy 4 stars. Easy 4.
It was a real easy
It was
read.
very good and inspiring. It made me feel really good, like I said. All right, so anyway, enough of the chatter. Because we need to move on to what? We're going to start a new book. And as I may or may not have told you guys, I'm trying to keep the books short. Like novellas or short stories or stuff like that. Christmas, short stories, and books about dogs. Because, well, Christmas has went to the dogs this year. So, the next book is called The 12 Dogs. And I think his name is David or Dave Rosenfeld is who the book is by. And it is through the library. You can get it through the library or the library apps. You can. And it's a 6-hour audio book. That's what it says. So again, it's not going to be that long. I think it's like 228 pages. So that will be the next buddy read that we are going to start and do. So we will see you in the next Christmas book. All right? All right. Honey, you want to say anything or no?
You already said everything that I was going to say. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was a really good read. I thought that it made me smile.
All right.
Says a lot for me.
I know. You really liked it. I was shocked.
I read that thing like bam. I was like,
I know.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
It's cool doing the Christmas dog books. I really think so, though. Next video, I will probably have Tanner in it. I'm drinking tea. I haven't been home too long, so we'll bring Tanner in the next one. All right? All right. So we will see you in the next Buddy Reader the next time on Books I Read or in the December videos. Bye!